Before we begin, I want to ask you for one small favor. If you enjoy stories where fame, family, ego, and public drama all crash into each other, then please support this video by liking it, subscribing, and staying until the end. Your support helps this channel grow, and it tells me that you want more real stories told in a simple, powerful, and honest way. Because today's story is not just about two rappers arguing online. This is about family secrets, old wounds, public humiliation, accusations, revenge, and one man who knows exactly how to turn pressure into a weapon. And that man is 50 Cent. For years, people have known 50 Cent as someone who does not just respond to beef. He studies people. He waits. He finds the weak spot. And then he presses it in front of the whole world. But this time, his target is T.I. And what started as a music challenge has now turned into something much darker. Because 50 Cent is reportedly threatening to expose everything surrounding T.I. and Tiny's family in a documentary. And if you know anything about 50 Cent, then you already know one thing. When he mentions a documentary, people start paying attention. But before we talk about the documentary threat, we need to understand why this situation exploded so badly. Because T.I.'s public image has always been complicated. On one side, he is known as a successful rapper, businessman, actor, and family man. For years, fans watched him on reality television with Tiny and their children. The show made the family look loud, loving, funny, and sometimes messy, but still united. But behind that public image, there were moments that left people shocked. T.I. has a large blended family. He has children from different relationships, and some of them grew up in front of the cameras. People saw the family laugh, argue, celebrate birthdays, and deal with normal problems. But one situation changed how many people looked at T.I. as a father. That situation involved his daughter, Deja. In 2019, T.I. went on a podcast and said something that immediately caused outrage. He admitted that he used to take his daughter to a gynecologist to check whether she was still a virgin. He said it casually, like it was normal. But the public did not see it that way. People were shocked, angry, and disturbed. Many said this was not protection. They said it was control. Medical experts have already said that so-called virginity testing has no real medical value and can be harmful. So when T.I. spoke about it publicly, many people felt he had crossed a serious line. But the person who mattered most was Deja herself. And when she finally spoke about it, her pain was clear. She said she felt hurt, embarrassed, angry, and traumatized. That moment stayed with people because it showed that this was not just internet drama. This was a young woman feeling like her private life had been turned into public entertainment. And then people noticed something else. They noticed the double standard. T.I. appeared strict and controlling with his daughter, but when it came to his sons, the energy looked very different. People felt like his daughters were being watched and protected in one way, while his sons were allowed more freedom. That conversation damaged T.I.'s image deeply. Even when he later tried to explain himself, the damage had already been done. Because sometimes once a child says, "That hurt me," no explanation can erase it. And that old controversy became one of the things people brought back up when the new drama with 50 Cent started. Now let's move to the beef. For a long time, T.I. wanted a versus battle with 50 Cent. Versus was built around artists playing their biggest hits against each other. It was not only about music, it was about legacy, pride, and proving who really had the stronger catalog. T.I. believed he could stand across from 50 Cent and compete. He even said that 50 had no smoke for him. But 50 Cent did not respond like a regular rapper. He did not just say, "Let's battle." He started reaching into the past. He brought up old footage, He brought up old accusations. He brought up the long-running claim that T.I.'s short prison sentence from years ago meant he had cooperated with authorities. T.I. has denied that kind of claim many times. But 50 knows how the internet works. He knows that once you throw an old accusation back into the spotlight, people will start talking again. And T.I. was not quiet either. He fired back with diss tracks. He challenged 50's image, his music, and his reputation. At first, it looked like normal rap beef. Two grown men with big egos throwing shots. But then 50 Cent made it personal. He posted an unflattering picture of Tiny Harris. And that changed everything. Because once Tiny was brought into the fight, T.I.'s sons jumped in. King Harris, T.I.'s son, did not take it lightly. He went online and attacked 50 Cent in a very personal way. Instead of just defending his mother, he brought up 50 Cent's late mother, Sabrina Jackson. That shocked many people, because Sabrina Jackson was killed when 50 Cent was only a child. For 50, that is not just a public story, that is childhood trauma. So when King mentioned her, many fans felt the beef had crossed into ugly territory. Then things got even worse. King and his brother Damani both released diss tracks. Damani's song was written like a message to 50's mother, asking what she would think about the man her son became. Some people said it was creative. Others said it was disrespectful. But either way, it got attention. And in internet beef, attention is fuel. King also wore clothing with Sabrina Jackson's image on it, and that made even more people uncomfortable. Some fans believed 50 Cent started the disrespect by bringing Tiny into it. Others felt that talking about a deceased mother was too far, no matter what happened first. That is the problem with public beef. At first, people laugh. Then people pick sides. Then someone crosses a line. And after that, nobody knows how to stop. But 50 Cent did not respond in the way many expected. He did not just drop a diss track. He did something more dangerous. He hinted at a documentary. And that is where the mood changed. Because a diss track lasts for a few minutes. A documentary can follow someone forever. According to the transcript, 50 Cent reportedly posted and then deleted a message about a possible documentary called Surviving T.I. and Tiny. That title alone was enough to make people stop scrolling, because it clearly reminded people of Surviving R. Kelly, the documentary that played a major role in changing public opinion around R. Kelly. So when 50 used that kind of title, people immediately understood the message. He was not just threatening T.I.'s music career. He was threatening his entire public image. And the reason that threat felt so serious is because T.I. and Tiny have faced serious allegations in the past. Since 2021, multiple people have accused them of sexual misconduct, drugging, and assault. T.I. and Tiny have denied the allegations. Some legal actions did not result in criminal charges or were dismissed, but the accusations still remain part of the public conversation. And this is exactly the kind of thing 50 Cent knows how to use. He does not need a documentary to already be finished. He does not even need a trailer. Sometimes the threat is enough. Because now every interview, every album promotion, every public appearance can be overshadowed by one question. Is 50 Cent really making that documentary? That is the power of suggestion. And 50 Cent has used this strategy before. He understands that in the entertainment world, reputation is everything. A rumor can slow you down. A headline can damage you. A documentary threat can make people nervous before anything is even released. And that is why this situation is bigger than a normal rap feud. This is not just about who has better songs. This is about control of the story. T.I. wants the story to be about his music, his final album, and his legacy. 50 Cent wants the story to be about T.I.'s controversies, his family, and the allegations surrounding him. And the internet is stuck in the middle, watching every move. But there is something deeper here too. This whole situation shows how celebrity families can become part of public war. Tiny was dragged into it. T.I.'s sons jumped in. 50's late mother was brought into it. Deja's old pain was brought back into public discussion. And suddenly, what began as a challenge between two rappers became a storm involving parents, children, trauma, and reputation. That is what makes this story feel uncomfortable. Because behind every viral post, there are real people. Behind every diss track, there are families. Behind every joke, there may be pain someone has carried for years. And while fans may treat it like entertainment, the people involved have to live with the consequences. Now the big question is this: will 50 Cent actually release the documentary? Right now, based on the transcript, there is no confirmed trailer, no confirmed network, and no clear release date. So it may happen, or it may never happen. But with 50 Cent, the threat itself can be the mood. He knows how to keep people watching. He knows how to make his enemies uncomfortable. And he knows how to turn silence into pressure. Meanwhile, T.I. seems focused on music and his next chapter. He has spoken about possibly stepping away from rap and using his talents in other areas. He has already built a long career, and he appears ready to move into a different season of life. But whether he can move forward peacefully depends on whether the past stays quiet. And right now, 50 Cent is making sure it does not. So this is where the story stands. T.I. wanted a music battle. 50 Cent turned it into a reputation battle. King Harris tried to defend his mother. But in doing so, he brought up one of the most painful parts of 50's life. Damani added music to the fire. Rick Ross added his own shade. And now 50 Cent is holding the biggest weapon of all over T.I.'s head: a documentary. In the end, this story is not just about rap. It is about how far people will go when pride gets involved. It is about how family can become part of a fight they did not start. It is about how the internet rewards disrespect until things become too personal. And it is about how old controversies never really disappear when you are famous. They wait, they sleep, and then one day, someone like 50 Cent wakes them up. So now I want to know what you think. Do you believe 50 Cent will actually release a documentary about T.I. and Tiny? Or do you think he is only using the threat to damage T.I.'s album rollout and control the conversation? And most importantly, do you think King Harris went too far? Or was he simply defending his mother after 50 crossed the line first? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this story, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you do not miss the next one. Because in hip-hop, sometimes the music is only the beginning. The real story starts when the cameras turn off. And this story is far from over.